Alkebulan. Alkebulan, where is it? And what is it? In Hebrew, the word Alkebulan translates to the Garden of Eden, and it also translates to the mother or the cradle of mankind. The word Alkebulan shows up in some of the very first Nubian and Kemetic texts on a continent that still remains a mystery to so much of the world. In December of 2023, I was fortunate enough to visit the lands that are now called Zanzibar, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda. I'll be honest, I had incredibly high expectations. And to my utter bewilderment and astonishment, these lands far exceeded anything that I could have ever imagined. This land, this place, this Hebrew word for the Garden of Eden was the richest place I have ever been. And I don't mean affluent. I don't mean monetarily. I mean in the very fabric of the society, in the character of the people I met, in the soil, in the fertility of the land. Never in my life have I been to a land that was so rich in aliveness. Now, it goes without saying that due to systematic oppression and colonialism, there was a lot of what Americans or I, from my own perspective, could perceive as poverty. But if you were to go to this land and your main takeaway was to pity the people who were so rich in life and aliveness that they found a way to not only survive, but thrive, to live in each moment. If your takeaway is the poverty, I'm sorry, but you missed the point of Alkebulan. What wisdom is hidden in this land? What indigenous knowledge is there behind every person, hidden in the DNA of every child that passes by who yells, "Jumbo, Jumbo," with a giant smile on their face? That, to me, is abundance. The word abundance is not what we think of when we think of Africa. This is not the picture we are shown. But I think we have to analyze the eyes in which we see the world. I think we have to take responsibility and also take into question what we have normalized, what we have seen as worthy of striving for. It might have been because I was on the literal other side of the world, but it felt like, to me, we in the U.S., in the Western world, actually have things a little backwards. We actually are the ones that make more steps than there needs to be to living and enjoying this one precious life. I think that is one of the most vital benefits of travel, to gauge if the things that you have considered normal are actually the most reasonable and the most sane, or if maybe there's just a slightly better way to live. Now, of course, when you travel, not everything is going to be sunsets and daisies and roses. To exist on the edge of your comfort zone is not easy. But I have come to see irritation and frustration as part of an equal balance diet of travel, where you meet new friends, you experience joy, and to feel the rush of freedom, to look out a window, to stumble on a place that prior to that day was completely unknown to you. You are left in those moments with nothing but awe and wonder, and you're captivated by what else exists out here in this weird, wild world that we were born into. When you go to the edge of your comfort zone, you will meet a variety of different characters. Some will make you laugh, some will make you uncomfortable, and some will make you question the preconceived notions and stereotypes that you had without even recognizing it. When meeting people on the edge of your comfort zone, of course things will get lost in translation. And yet, if you're open to it, you'll find the most important things in life transcend language. Things like a smile, or beauty, or love, or pain and suffering. Those are things we can know with our eyes. What a gift it is to be able to not only see, but comprehend the world that is going on around you. What a gift it is to look into the eyes of a wild gorilla in the jungles of Uganda and see yourself, see a version of you that is unencumbered by rules and preconceived notions and whatever civilization is. What a beautiful thing it is to feel free for just even a moment. How lucky we are to get a glimpse into the wild unknown. So what did I find on my wild and unknown trip to East Africa? Well, I think the best word to sum it up is hospitality. The Oxford Dictionary describes hospitality as kind or friendly behavior towards guests or strangers. And out of all the places I've been in the world, none felt more hospitable than East Africa, and specifically the Maasai village that is run by a wonderful woman named Helen. When I say we got the best greeting, it was so welcoming and heartwarming to see people that will immediately treat you like the full human being that you are. That is the invaluable abundance of East Africa. Eden is described as a paradise where the first man and the first woman were able to live with animals and fruit-bearing trees freely and openly without anxiety or fear. That, to me, this, to me, is the meaning of Alkebulan, is the beauty of Africa. For me, this is the closest I have ever felt to heaven.